Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react there. TNA now serves WWE. This should be interesting. TNA people have been appearing on NXT a lot as of lately. Who knows? Maybe WWE, maybe TNA is trying to get in on that TKO deal. Maybe they trying to get in on that TKO deal, and maybe working with WWE will help them get that deal. Maybe TNA is working on something. You never know. You gotta understand, TNA ain't what it used to be, man. So, they trying to work their way back up to what they used to be. Before Hulk Hogan ruined every fucking thing. But yeah, you never know the play. You never do know it. But without further ado, though, let's get right into it.
Alright, it's the Hawk. And do you know what's really been pissing me off lately? Wrestling companies' partnerships. Wrestling companies have been partnering up for a very long time, as far back as I can remember. Personally, I remember the NWA invading the WWF. I remember ECW and WWF working together.
I think wrestling companies working together, it only works well for a one-time thing, though. You can't just have it going on for multiple years or multiple months or multiple weeks. You have to let it be a one-time thing. Like, if you, for instance, like in 2006 when they did the whole ECW versus WWE thing, and they had Rob Van Dam go up against John Cena for the WWE title, that's a great one-time thing. Okay? That's great if you're just doing it for one time or you're just doing it for one storyline. When you make it like to the point where you're doing it constantly, it kind of just ruins it. Like, these should really be one-off things. Like, okay, having them come in for the Royal Rumble, that's fine. That's great to put TNA guys in the Royal Rumble and let them eliminate a couple of WWE guys before they get themselves eliminated. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Or if you want to do a pay-per-view event where you have WWE guys go up against TNA guys, that's perfectly fine. I would love that. Or NXT, or the NXT startups going up against TNA best. That's great. Have them invade the show, have them do this, have them do that. That's dope. I would love to see that, but it has to be a one-time thing. You cannot make it a continuation thing, because it kind of ruins the aura. Like, okay, y'all working together. It's like y'all not really doing nothing, though. But then again, like I said, TNA may be trying to get in on a TKO deal where they can get bought out by TKO, and TKO could take over and make TNA something better, you know what I'm saying, than what it is. I think they just looking for some more financial backing. Maybe WWE is doing giving them some money, financially backing them and making them, helping them out on the financial end, you know what I'm saying? Or they may be trying to get them through the door to TKO. You never know.
And more recently, of course, we had AEW and TNA working together for all the good that did for them. But, my little friends, the latest partnership which needs a brick square to the brain is the partnership between NXT and TNA. And for the life of me, I just can't figure out what the damn point is. And I know some of you like it. The internet's buzzing about what a great thing for wrestling this is. The Hawk does not agree. Now what I want you to do is take your wrestling hat off and put your business hat on. Whilst you're watching this video, your business hat is essential to help you understand the point I'm trying to make. Because cross-promotional matchups are great. Yippee! We're doing flips together whilst holding hands. No, businesses do not do that. And you're about to find out why. So here today, on the Shove It Show, you're going to find out how TNA has become a developmental brand. The biggest name that TNA have at the moment is Joe Hendry. This guy is a superstar in the making. Hell, he may already be there without being a WWE superstar. I called this out years ago, and everybody laughed at me. Well, you're not laughing now, are you? Here's a perfect example of how just being incredible in the ring is not enough to be a star in this business, and I hope people are taking note of his performances. It's not all positives though, because Hendry recently stole my Pokemon meme. Come on, Joe. You are a smart guy. You were smart enough when you bleached your hair. You were smart enough when you came up with your gimmick. You were smart enough when you made that little song that everybody loves. So, you should be smart enough to know you're not as good as a wild slapnuts. Wild slapnuts, PJ.
Jeff Jarrett.
Now, Hendry's been the TNA guy who has had the best treatment in NXT. He's actually won some matches and even challenged for Ethan Page's belt. You have to imagine that WWE are just biding their time before they can sign him permanently. He's really gone from strength to strength in the last few months. It's no coincidence that he's made the most appearances out of any TNA wrestler in NXT. Another big TNA name to turn up in NXT was Jordynne Grace, gracing us. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one, I had to say it. Gracing us with an appearance in the Royal Rumble 2024. Unsurprisingly, she didn't manage a single elimination. But Grace was far from done with appearances in the WWE. 4 months later, she rocked up in NXT, issuing a challenge to Roxanne Perez for Battleground 2024. This was seen as a pretty big moment because both women were champions of their respective companies.
And it helped TNA too. I think it helped TNA putting her in the spotlight though. Because she's really good in the ring. She's really good. So it's really helped TNA get more spotlight and more recognition, especially with Joe and her right here. They really have given TNA a little bit more spotlight. So you can't say it's not all bad because they are getting publicity.
They have a pretty good match too, and I think it shows off what TNA have with Jordynne. But during the match, Ash by Elegance and Tatum Paxley had a tug of war over Jordynne's belt, which of course distracts her. And when she returns to the ring, Roxanne has recovered and she beats Grace. But this is not a one-way relationship, and due to TNA lending out their biggest female star, they would use somebody from WWE on their show. I was so excited. Who is it going to be? Perhaps Bianca Belair or maybe even Charlotte Flair?
Fuck no.
No.
If anything, they could have sent Nia Jax over there. I think Nia Jax is the best person you could send to TNA as a thank you. Nia Jax would definitely be the best person you send over there. Because she could have a great match with whoever over there, with Jordynne Grace. I think Nia Jax versus Jordynne Grace would be a great match to put on TNA Network as a thank you. That would be a great match.
They got Tatum Paxley.
Who?
It doesn't feel like a fair trade, does it? It's not a knock on Paxley, but Grace was the biggest women's star in TNA. This trade is not on the same level. If you're going to do trades, they should be on the same level. Tatum challenged Grace on the TNA pay-per-view against all odds, with Grace picking up the victory in a very average matchup. Grace, not undeterred, was still not done with NXT, because she was even on NXT from last week. Once again, she defended her Knockouts title, this time against Sol Ruka. They have a very fun match, but one thing that irritates me is Sol has been wrestling for about 2 years, yet she had most of this damn match and makes Grace look incompetent. There is no winner to this match because the lights go out and Rosemary and Wendy Chu attack Grace in the middle of the ring. I can't help but feel Grace could have won this match. Apparently next week they're going to have some wacky tag match, which they'll probably lose. Speaking of Rosemary, she's recently wrestled 2 matches on NXT. Just look at this crowd reaction that she gets. I bet she's frustrated that her biggest exposure has come at the age of 40. Whilst Rosemary is not a top TNA talent, she is a name, which has been there for a very long time and is closely linked to that brand. She of course lost both her NXT matches in just 4 minutes. I fail to see the point. It completely kills Rosemary's demon character. How are we supposed to believe that a woman that's half her age, half her size, and half her brain capacity can beat Rosemary in 4 minutes? Her character's dead now. I'd be surprised if WWE even wanted Rosemary, so that just leaves TNA with a woman who's been jobbed out. The Little Rascals have also been feuding with their 3rd member Wes Lee, who used to be in TNA. I can't really see WWE signing them, but they can put on decent spot matches. Last week, Alexander Hammerstone made his NXT debut, and I'm incredibly proud of you, Hammer. Love, brother. It's another guy that I've been saying for years will be a star. I never had any doubts. It's not even been that long since.
But once again, it's giving TNA a lot of exposure. Bringing their best guys over to a bigger platform. NXT is a bigger platform. Why? Because it's under the biggest wrestling company in the world, WWE. It makes sense at the end of the day. It does make sense. So like, I don't mind the TNA NXT thing. It would just like when what I said in the beginning, like that would apply to more. I think it applies more to if they were to go to SmackDown or Raw. If they ever were to appear on SmackDown or Raw, I think then you would have to make it like a one-off thing. Like NXT, I think that's perfectly fine because this is a developmental thing, and they both are in Florida, so it makes all the sense in the world. But that's just me though.
He signed with TNA, but due to an ankle injury, he's not had much time to get any momentum there. But just look at this guy. He's like a wrestler from the territory days. You can bet Sonny Siaki's ass that the WWE would always be interested in this guy. He's the guy on the TNA roster that has the potential to lead the company, and WWE are already circling like sharks. He lost to Obafemi, by the way. So WWE have had a good look at TNA's top knockout, TNA's biggest star, and TNA's future star. So it really begs the question, what the hell is TNA getting out of this arrangement? I just dropped my phone. I'm in shock. Let's have a look at the amazing stars that NXT have sent to TNA. Wolfgang, Dante Chen, Riley Osborne, Charlie Dempsey. When are TNA gonna get anyone that will actually move the needle on their show? These are not famous names, whilst TNA has lent out their most famous names.
It would be nice for them to send over, like I said, Nia Jax would definitely be a great matchup for Jordan Grace. I think sending, you know who would really hit on TNA? Send Dominic Mysterio over there. Hey, if they send Dominic over there, that shit gonna do numbers. Cause whatever Dominic does, he does numbers, bro. Ever since he turned heel, he been doing numbers, bro. They gotta keep Dominic as a heel at this point, bro. Cause he is top tier heel, bro. He's a top tier heel. Without even trying, bro. I'm just keeping it a bean with y'all. Dominic is a top tier heel, bro. And bringing him over to TNA and having him do scumbag shit over there, like I say, let him get into a feud with somebody over there, and then let him do some scumbag shit. And then you can even send like Carlito over there with him, because I think those two would work well going over there. I wouldn't send Liv over there. I wouldn't do that because that's your women's champion right now. So I wouldn't send her over there. No, don't send none of your champions over there. Well, aside from Nia Jax, because Nia Jax makes sense because she's already a champion, and her versus Jordan Grace, champion versus champion match on TNA, that would do numbers. You send Dominic over there, that shit gonna do even more numbers because he just go over there and be a scumbag. He gonna be messy. He gonna be start feuding with people. He gonna be punching people, causing people matches and stuff like that. Like, yo, it'd be great to have Dominic over there. You could really tell a story with Dominic, bro. Just because he a scumbag heel, bro. And he gets heat, bro. He gets actual heat from the crowd, bro. That's the best thing, bro. That's rare today. When you get heat from the crowd like Dominic does, yo, you made it.
It doesn't feel like a fair trade-off to me. Hell, even Ethan Page would be a step up. He has history in TNA too. There's loads of wrestlers in WWE which have a history in TNA. If this opens up the door to someone like AJ Styles to...
You cannot send fucking LA Knight to TNA. No, don't ever do that. That's a bad idea. Don't ever send LA Knight back to TNA. You gonna have them reminiscing on the good days.
Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah.
Now AJ Styles going back to TNA, that would be fire. That would actually be fire, but I don't think AJ would ever step foot back in that fucking company. I think AJ got a hatred for the company. I think he still loves it for what it did for him and his career. But I think low key AJ Styles got a hatred for that fucking company. So I don't know. But if AJ Styles is up for it, definitely send AJ over there. I would love to see AJ back in TNA. The good old days of TNA. Most definitely, man.
To a TNA return, then great. But it just doesn't seem to be going that way. Instead, it feels like I'm watching an episode of Ohio Valley Wrestling from the 2010s. The Hawk would absolutely love some kind of invasion angle, but then you have to stop and think about it. It just won't work. What are you going to do? Eddie Slapnut Edwards versus Roman Reigns? Come on! It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Roman is murdering this dude.
The only way it could be believable is if it was TNA invading NXT. But then, what are they even feuding over? Who is the best developmental brand? I'll pass. Online praise for the company is at an all-time high, whilst people brag about the increase in TNA ticket sales for live shows crossing the 1,000 people mark. TNA was on their deathbed for so many years, and props to them for being cockroaches which could survive a nuclear apocalypse. I guess their way to survive now is to be a WWE developmental territory, because this sure feels like a one-sided arrangement to me. And I'm sure that WWE are chucking them some proper paper to help keep them going. But me personally, I just have no interest in watching a show when it's obvious that they're about to lose all of their top talents, be a developmental brand, and lose any sense of competition. The whole point in supporting an underdog team is that vaguest of vague glimmers that one day your company can rise up and challenge to be the number one company. But when TNA is held under WWE's boot, it stomps out any possibility that one day this company can rise up like a phoenix from the ashes and give WWE smashes. What happened to the company that would normally be compared to a sewer rat that, if hungry, would chew through a metal pipe in order to get its dinner? That company is dead now. This partnership is keeping TNA going, but what are the future costs? But there is one wrestler who does have a brain cell out there and has given the Hawk hope for the future. Dolph Ziggler, congratulations, pat yourselves on the back, give yourself a punch to the brain, a brick to the balls. You have given me hope because Dolph is the one guy on the TNA roster that has said he will never go back to WWE no matter what the partnership is. You have to wonder if he regrets signing with TNA in the first place now. He got out of WWE to essentially be back in WWE.
Damn.
Poor Dolph.
Damn, that is kind of sad. But yeah, man, that I don't think that's the case at all. Like I said, I think TNA is trying to get a deal with TKO. I think they're trying to get a deal with TKO, try to see if they can get themselves get themselves some sponsorships. I'm pretty sure they are looking out for themselves from a financial perspective. I don't think it's more so like they're going to turn to a developmental. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think TNA would ever do that. that would just destroy the entire brand again. Like, I think they are working with WWE from a financial standpoint. From a financial standpoint, it makes perfect sense. Like I said, like he just said, the ticket sales have gone back up. Like, TNA has high interest again. Like, I'm seeing TNA compilations all over my recommendeds. I'm seeing hella TNA compilations all over my recommendeds right now. So I'm not even finna say that. So I think that the interest is there. I think that people really I think people are really fucking with TNA again. They definitely got some great talent over there. I just hope WWE isn't doing scumbag moves like poaching away their good talent. I hope that's not the case. I just hope that this is a move to help them financially, to get them on a brighter and bigger stage so that way they can be the TNA that they once was. And I think that'll help because it did absolutely nothing when they was working with AEW. When they was working with AEW, it did absolutely nothing. They doing work with WWE, they're skyrocketing again. Stocks is up for TNA right now. So, I mean, if it's working and it's getting you financial gains, I say stick with it. But just don't fall for the trap. Keep an eye on all of your talents. Okay, make sure your talents is not getting poached away by WWE. Make sure that's not the case at all. Please, I hope WWE is being respectful. Please don't pull the Vince McMahon. Y'all got rid of Vince McMahon. Y'all say it's time for a new regime. Hey, just be a new regime, dog. That's all I'm saying, dog. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you till then. Peace out.